So, Masio looked at Tanaka. Taking the hint, Tanaka nodded. One of the people I was stationed with had let me know that there were shelters hidden around the nation. Shelters? Was it the government? Ayaka asked. She didn't realize that the government had thought so far ahead as to create shelters for the citizens. It wasn't the government, Tanaka said. Not expecting the answer about how the government wasn't the one that created shelters, the four of them were feeling curious to learn the origins of such a thing. They told me that it was Star and Moon that created them, Tanaka said, her words demonstrating how strange she also found the information to be. I can now see why you're so doubtful. Mizuki nodded. Why would Star and Moon build shelters? Masio asked. Weren't they just a technology company? Taking a deep breath, Tanaka said, the friend that informed me about this had said that there are rumors that Star and Moon, especially related to what the purpose of the company was. Raising both hands and shrugging. They weren't able to tell me any more than that. It was thanks to some contact that they had, who allowed them to gain the information. And this shelter is where you're heading towards? Ayaka asked, raising an eyebrow. The story sounded so fantastical that she didn't know what to think about it. Tanaka adjusted the mask on her face, nodding. That's right. I was informed where one of the locations was and how to access it. Ayaka noticed that Tanaka was smiling with how her eyes looked. It's actually close by, though it would likely take several days if you were to walk. The way that Tanaka said the words, it was clear she found the situation to be funny. Learning that they were close to a shelter, they looked at one another in surprise. Mizuki had a dazed look. We've been struggling through the forest, and we were actually close to a shelter? As though a dam was broken inside of her, Kawa began tearing up and then started crying, tears streaming down her face. Seeing the woman who had acted so confrontational in the past showing so many emotions, Ayaka soon felt her own eyes begin to mist up and a tightening in her throat. Kawa, releasing so much pent-up emotions, just highlighted the amount of stress that they'd been under. Just trying to survive in the forest, not able to eat, and never knowing how long they'd be able to continue. Thinking of their journey to search for a safe place to stay could be coming to an end. Ayaka felt the stress flowing off of her body. Soon, they'd be able to rest and potentially even get a good night's sleep. Ayaka smiled at the thought of getting to sleep. I wonder if there will also be food in the shelter, she thought to herself. Seeing the reaction that her words had caused, Tanaka politely looked away. It's going to be okay. Masio moved to give Kawa a hug. Though they were feeling emotional, Ayaka still rolled her eyes at Masio's show of support. If it was any other time, she'd likely have commented on how bad it was for him to take advantage of Kawa while she was so vulnerable. But Ayaka came to the conclusion to ignore it. It was likely that Masio didn't have such ulterior motives and was just being thoughtful and empathetic. Mizuki eyed Ayaka, but Ayaka shook her head. Kawa began wiping her tears away and regained herself. I'm good, she told Masio, letting him know that he didn't need to hug her. Letting go of Kawa, Masio blushed. There was a look of guilt that seemed to flash across his face. Judging by Kawa's eyes, she also suspected that Masio's show of friendship wasn't as pure as it appeared, but she didn't make a fuss on the matter. Tanaka ran a hand through her medium black hair. I don't want to be a mood killer, but just remember that this was something told to me. It wasn't an official word from Star and Moon about the existence of this place. If the four of you are okay with that, we can head out towards that place.